My name is Becky Anderson. I am the executive director of Anything for a Friend and Anything for a Friend's first recipient. The whole thing started on a blind date on Friday the 13th. It really was just a perfect match at a perfect time for both of us. So that's how we met. And then shortly after, we invited Eli into our home. We had Eli in 2005, and he was just this really mature spirit right from the beginning, just had a purpose. When someone is hurting, he wants to be there and he wants to help them. And likewise, our Isaac, he brings a calmness to our family. He brings a slow, we need to just smell the flowers, and he believes his mission here is to make people smile. We had scheduled a family trip to Disneyland. It was going to be the first time for the boys and Justin to Disneyland. And it was really, really fun. But I could not quiet a nagging feeling that I had in my stomach. I had found a lump and I didn't want to tell anybody. And so, because I didn't want to ruin the trip. So we're in California and we're making all these memories, and I had all these scary thoughts like, what if this is it? 3 days after my surgery, it was almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We were playing, running around, and I was like, okay boys, hold on a second, because I gotta get this phone call, And it's the doctor, and he said, Becky, I don't know how to tell you this, but you have cancer. And it felt like I got punched right in the stomach. And I sat there. At that point, we knew that things were different.
My name is Brenda Smith, and I am Becky Anderson's little sister. We're 13 months to the day apart, so we've done everything from sharing a room to adventures in the field behind our house and playing basketball together. We actually got kicked out of a couple basketball practices together. It was a really hard phone call. I remember I was at home and she called, and we always talk. She calls, hey, what's up? And we have these conversations, and I could just tell there was something in her voice that was not okay. But she said, I just got the call back from my doctor, and I remember her saying she sunk. And she told me she had cancer, and I had the same feeling. I remember my heart was sinking. I need to do something for her, not only for me to get my mind off from this, but to help her and Justin and the boys. The concept in Anything for a Friend is that you would do anything. And my anything is different than your anything, and your anything is different from 20 other people, so that's how it brings together for the healing.
It was 6 centimeters by 7 centimeters by 4. It was a huge tumor. I don't have to tell anybody what the thoughts are, but for me, it boiled down to one, and that was, I have to raise my boys. 8 treatments of chemotherapy. I had even had these really life-threatening reactions to the chemotherapy. My hands had burnt 3 layers down. My nails had bubbled almost off of the nail beds. In the middle of all of these tests and the chemo and the losing of hair and all of that, we were in the midst of planning Anything for a Friend's life. It gave my mind such a distraction from the crazy that I had no control over. I was walking into organizing meetings, and I saw faces of people that I had loved my whole life, and they were hugging me like curative hugs, They were telling me these great things, and those conversations will never leave me. And I think about that for the people who have come by way of Anything for a Friend. And I love the thought that while that Taxol was rolling through my veins, I was making phone calls about the 2nd and 3rd recipients of Anything for a Friend. It gave my life purpose. I will be forever indebted to this process because it gave me a reason to live. We got to my last treatment of the Taxol. They did another MRI, which I was so nervous about. He came in so excited and said, it's gone. It is almost completely obliterated. And for the first time since the first call, I was operable. If we can have a space where our lives actually mean something to the world around us, then that's really the rub, isn't it? Death is not the rub, because we're all dying. So the rub is, what do we do with the lives that we've been given so that other people's lives are better?